More bad news for Top Rank and fans wanting to see Vasiliy Lomachenko versus Teofimo. They run into money issues. Bob Arum elaborates on that. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, all the fans that were looking forward, like myself, to Teofimo versus Lomachenko, it's not looking good. Link in the description. ESPN has an article with some very interesting quotes from the man, the myth, the legend, Bob Arum. And I'm with my trusted assistant, Money Penny. We're going to play through it, and I'll give you some more of my thoughts.
Vasiliy Lomachenko Teofimo Lopez title bout in jeopardy. The proposed bout between unified lightweight champion Vasiliy Lomachenko, 14-1, 10 KOs, and IBF belt holder Teofimo Lopez, 15-0, 12 KOs, tentatively set for October 3rd is officially in jeopardy. According to a report from The Athletic, Lopez is balking at the $1.25 million offer from Top Rank for the fight. Theoretically, Lomachenko-Lopez seemed like an easy matchup to make with both fighters being promoted by Top Rank, but the financial parameters on the business side of boxing have changed because of the current economic conditions as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. We explained to them we have no gate, no closed circuit, said Top Rank CEO Bob Arum of his talks with Lopez. I mean, we're willing to pay him a big price, but again, I'm not going to lose millions of dollars on an event because he thinks he's worth more. After Lopez knocked out Richard Comey in 2 rounds last December to win his first world title, anticipation for a showdown with Lomachenko at Madison Square Garden in the spring began to grow. Lopez's manager says he understands the situation, but believes his fighter deserves a bigger payday for a fight of this magnitude. Lomachenko, who currently holds the WBO and WBA lightweight belts, as well as the WBC franchise title, is considered by many to be the pound-for-pound best boxer in the world. Lomachenko is ESPN's top-rated lightweight, followed by Lopez. Everybody is trying to do the right thing, said David McWhorter, who manages the 23-year-old Lopez. But there doesn't seem to be enough money for everybody. We were willing to take a haircut from what was expected before, but not one of the magnitude presented to us. Lopez has said previously that he will soon move up from the 135-pound division, but McWhorter says he'll stick around the division for now. I think more likely we would take another fight at 135 and revisit Lomachenko, answered McWhorter, who believes that the onus to tie both ends together should come from the network that would televise this highly anticipated clash. To me, a lot of this has to do with ESPN, he stated. I mean, if they want the fight, I think they should find a way to make it work for Top Rank. Bob's right, Top Rank shouldn't have to lose money on this, but neither should Teofimo. The big winner here would be ESPN. I feel it should be incumbent on them to find a way to make this happen. ESPN declined to comment for this story. Lopez and his father/trainer, Teofimo, have been very outspoken in their desire to face Lomachenko for the past year or so. But now it's clear that they will only do it at a certain price. On August 1st, Lopez tweeted out, "How you mad at me and I'm just trying to feed my family. If we don't make a deal with him, we'll move off," said Arum, who said at that point he'd look for another opponent for Lomachenko this fall, "But I'm optimistic still that we'll come to terms."
Wow. Thank you, Money Penny. Bad news, They're not happy with the pay. Listen, I have no time to waste. I'm not going to beat around the bush, and hopefully you don't come to my channel for that. But a lot of these promoters, they're not getting their way. A lot of these companies or networks, entities in boxing, they're not getting their way in terms of boxing being the way it used to be. We're in a pandemic. Oh, well, figure it out. That's how I look. I'm always going to be pro fighter. Fighters are the ones risking their lives, not the people in suits. Teofimo got to take punches. He's the one that got to eat right for 8 to 10, 12 weeks or whatever. Same with Lomachenko. and people in suits who don't have to take the punches, they dictate the terms, and it's not a good look, because in business, competition is great, and you got to look at your competition, what your competition is doing. And for me, I look at Top Rank, and it's its own organization, and PBC's its own, et cetera, et cetera. And the bottom line is Showtime, and I'm assuming Fox, because the first, big fight kind of got announced for Fox, which is Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence. That's a huge fight, So somehow your competition is creating these fights and making it work, probably because they put the work in with the independent fighters on their brand, and they've worked on the branding for so long, like Errol Spence and Gervonta Davis, Charlos. So their personalities in boxing, and now people know what to expect. So them making the switch to pay-per-view is not so shocking. You know what I mean? We seen that they were trending that way, but Lomachenko's never been on pay-per-view. Teofimo's never been on pay-per-view. This is absolutely a great fight, but you would have to put it on pay-per-view. And ultimately, it doesn't sound like ESPN nor Top Rank have the confidence that the pay-per-view is strong enough to the point where they won't lose money. That's why they were holding out, hoping to get crowds back, but I don't know if that's even realistic anytime soon. They're hoping for a percentile of crowd, right? Hoping for some, saving grace so they can get a live gate or, closed circuit TV or something. But, this fight doesn't look like it'll happen if they can't get over this financial hump. And I can't be mad at Teofimo. A lot of people are weighing in. You can listen to them or you can listen to me. I've been in the game. I've earned my stripes in this game to the point where my opinion, hopefully in the boxing world matters. And I just feel like Teofimo's not in the wrong. Boxing has been like unfair, unwavering, and unapologetic with these unfairnesses for a long time now. And Lomachenko, he didn't really have, first of all, Lomachenko never had more than one belt until he got to lightweight. That's, a lot of people don't put that in perspective. He's never unified. The weakest division at the time was lightweight, that he had tried to move up to and conquer, and that's where he decided to unify. At 130, if he were to unify, he would have to go through Berchelt and Gervonta Tank Davis, at a time Machado. Those would have all been more difficult fights than his path. So I do realize the fact that he has the most belts in the division, and I do realize he's a gold medalist, which is in his amateur past, not his current pro situation. And I respect Lomachenko's a good fighter, but I mean, for him to get, 3 point something million and Teofimo to get 1 point, you got to look at that. It's like, he has 16 fights, a loss. Again, he had a pretty easy path to the belts he's got. Like, for example, he fought Luke Campbell for a vacant belt. So it's not like the belt he came and beat a champion for that belt. And that fight was supposed to go to Devin Haney and Luke Campbell. So I would have preferred it went to them, and then he fought the winner, because you could say the person was at least a champion. And it would likely have been Devin Haney that beat Luke Campbell, in my opinion. So, the pay scale seems off to me. Lomachenko for the Corolla fight got $3.2 million, they said. And I understand there wasn't a pandemic, but that's what it is. Guys like Jesse Vargas on DAZN, he fought Humberto Soto and got $1.2 million. So Teofimo and his team are absolutely right. Don't let these companies and bigwigs fool you that there's no money. Yeah, people have lost money, and it might be, you got to adapt. We'll just say that. You got to adjust and adapt. But there's still money to be made. And Teofimo, I would rightfully pay for that. That's a great fight. So you have at least one pay-per-view guaranteed sold. I'm paying for that. That's a good fight. But the thing is, people want to, how do you say it? Just kind of be greedy. I mean, listen to what Bob Arum said. He says, I'm not going to lose millions because he feels he's worth more. And some people have left for these same type of attitudes. Guys like De La Hoya, Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, famously. Floyd went on to make $1 billion in boxing after leaving Top Rank. And, you know, listen to the statement. He's like, I'm not losing millions, you know. And I don't even know breakdown wise if it'll lose millions. You don't have confidence in your event. How can you have confidence in your event and say you're going to lose millions? I understand there's no live gate, but so what about Showtime? They're not, you know what I'm saying? This is just a bad look, bro. Showtime, they're not saying, oh, we're not putting Gervonta Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz fight together because we're going to lose millions. They're not looking at you like, why would you go into a business venture if you're really confident and go into it with such a pessimistic, negative attitude as if it's a guaranteed fail? The Lomachenko Teofimo fight is great. It's a great fight. You got to have confidence in your event. You know, you don't see Showtime saying like, oh, Charlo, you know, we're going to lose millions by putting them both on the same card. They could have easily put Jamal Charlo on Showtime, back on Showtime, and took Jamel in his great fight, his unification, to Fox. But they didn't do that. They're doubling up and giving you a double feature. So me, when your competition is doing it, then it's kind of hard. I don't really want to hear nothing. UFC even, which is also on ESPN, they rented out a whole island and to make fights happen. You know, UFC got Stipe Miocic versus DC Cormier. You don't think Dana White and the UFC want to actually have a crowd in addition to some of these great fights that they're making? Of course they do. Paulo Costa versus Adesanya Stylebender. That's an amazing fight. Like, it's rare in UFC standards that you get two undefeated males that fight. And that's one of them, right? Actually, let me see. Who won the Costa Yoel Romero? Either way, it's a good fight. That's my whole point. It's a great fight. And the bottom line is, somehow, some way, these fights are being facilitated, even on the same network that Top Rank Boxing and, you know, would be on, ESPN. So it's like, people aren't trying to hear that. Like, if you could produce it, you could produce it. You know, if you have to take a loss, you have to take a loss. You know, but the content is king. You know, it just sounds like Top Rank's budget, based on the numbers that they had in their summer series and stuff. You know, ESPN is not like, they're not fronting no cash or whatever. But the UFC doesn't seem to have this problem. Fox, if they're making fights like Errol Spence and Danny Garcia, they're not talking about losing millions. Everybody wants a crowd. Everybody wants the max dollar you can make. But you have to have confidence in your event. You know, like I said, Charlo's, Gervonta, Errol Spence. And the other thing I got to give props to PBC for is they could, like, if you want to approach business in a negative Nancy, you know, pessimistic way, they could be like, oh man, we're putting up too many pay-per-views. They don't care about that. They're trying to make their business right. Hey, to facilitate these fights, we're in a pandemic. You definitely got to pay pay-per-view. Even if there was no pandemic, it would probably still be on pay-per-view, but you get what I'm saying. You know, you can't worry about that. You know, you can't worry about that. It's a business. And I know, because this is my business. So I remember when I first started YouTube, I was literally the first person in boxing that asked for donations, you know, or accepted donations openly. At the end of all of my videos, go check my old videos. There's a little outro, and it says, hey, if you like the video and you want to support, you know, because I live within my means, and I realize that I'm an independent hustler. I do this freelance, so I do accept donations if you want to support the movement, you know. And at the time when I was doing this, there were some people that try to ridicule, oh, Ego's homeless, or oh, Ego, he's broke and whatever. I don't care about stuff like that. Fast forward to the future, everybody in boxing accepts donations and CashApp and Patreons and, you know, PayPal donations and warn people and tell people and, you know, put stuff. I started that, bro. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because you got to do what's right for your business. You know what I mean? I don't really care. People judge me. They'll say whatever they want. Oh, ego's broke and homeless. All right. But look how long I've been in the game. My own boss, doing my own thing. You know what I mean? So you can't worry about a negative perception that could be, like I said, PBC can't worry about a negative perception of, oh, what if people get mad there's so many pay-per-views? If that's the way to facilitate the fights and make the fights, then you got to just hope that the fights resonate with people and you put together a good card and make people want to purchase it. But I don't see that level of confidence from Top Rank and the ESPN here. It's like they haven't even put together that many pay-per-views in general. So that could be part of it. They don't have the data points to even justify a success here, because what is their last pay-per-view? Terrence Crawford versus Amir Khan, and that fight went, you know, they never really officially came out with the numbers, but they said it was bad. They said it was like 100,000 or less. So, you know, they don't really have much statistical data to support being successful versus like I said, PBC. And the reason I keep bringing up PBC is because this is a business. You know, we're talking the business of boxing and facilitating things. And PBC, they have Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence, Sean Porter. They got Deontay Wilder Fury, Deontay Wilder Fury 2, Deontay Wilder Fury Ortiz, etc. They put Tank on different cards 3 times last year. So they got to see how fans are responding to him and the numbers he's doing, and it gives them the confidence. But the way Lomachenko's been I ain't even seen or heard from Lomachenko at all. I don't even know what he's been up to. You know, Teofimo, he's more of a self-promoter, but you know, he's been branding himself kind of, you know, and to me. So it's like, I don't know, I just feel like ESPN doesn't have the confidence that this will be a worth their while, and nobody's trying to come up with that money. But again, look at the pay scale. DAZN paid Jesse Vargas for a Humberto Soto fight in Mexico $1.2 million. But that's how much Teofimo would make for a fake undisputed. And the reason I say fake is because that WBC franchise messes it up, you know, and makes it not a real undisputed. But it's still a big fight and a unification, you know, and I'll talk about that more, the WBC, the part that they played in creating collusion and calamity in the divisions with excess belts. But you know, it just doesn't, it's not justifiable. DAZN paid Mikey Garcia $6 to $7 million in February, $7 million to fight Jesse Vargas, who had left the 147-pound division. And you mean to tell me ESPN is in 90 million homes? They have ESPN Plus, which I have a link in my description, and they're in 90 million homes, and they can only afford to give the biggest fight that they got going $5 million between the two of them, basically. That's scary. Pandemic or not, that's scary, because again, it says a lot to me. But let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Unless they get over this snag, it don't look like it's gonna happen, and that's gonna be bad, because like I said, ESPN, they also got UFC, and UFC's been doing their thing. They've been putting on some very heavy fights, you know, not all of them. Like the Amanda Nunes fight didn't do good, but they got enough big ones to run them numbers up. So for combat sports, how is Top Rank going to compete on the same, you know, platform as ESPN, or on ESPN as UFC? And the biggest fight that we were hearing they were trying to make, keyword trying, and it doesn't look like they're gonna get it done. So somebody's gonna have to come up off that pot. That's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. We working.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more sports. Get unlimited access to premium content with an ESPN Plus subscription. ESPN Plus offers a variety of content, including specials, behind the scenes, docuseries like Bruce Lee's Be Water, and much more. With an ESPN Plus subscription, you get access to a ton of classic archive fights and replays from boxing and the UFC. Big names like, "Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Come and watch my fight." Floyd Mayweather, "Easy work. I'm rich." And Manny Pacquiao, "Yes, it's up to my promoter." Just to name a few. If that's not enough, you could get the ESPN bundle, which includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All 3 apps, one low price. You don't want to miss out. Make sure you guys click that link in the description box of all of my videos. Ego, signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.